Now that I have shown you a Russian dance and a Ukrainian dance, and we've talked about costumes and their similarities and differences, here is a dance that might put it all together. Again, it still might be a little bit of a choice. The next dance that I'm going to do is a Trepak. Trepak is the Russian dance from the Nutcracker. So you might be doing a Nutcracker and you have never done a Russian dance before or Ukrainian dance before. This will be a great opportunity for you to learn and your students as well. Now, because this dance comes from more than 100 years back, it was called the Russian dance, but I feel like a lot of movements and ideas came from the Ukrainian hopak. And you could probably hear the similarities in the hopak and the trepak. Okay, kind of transitioned into the ballet of the Nutcracker. So you can make a choice. Do you want to make it look more Russian and stick with the Russian movements and costumes? Or do you want to make it look more Ukrainian and pick Ukrainian outfits and dance moves? Since we've been learning the Russian dance, I think we're going to stick with the Russian side right now and show you the 3 parts of this dance. So here we go. 3 parts, beginning, middle, and the end. In the beginning, we will start with our feet in parallel 6 position. Our hands are in our fists, and these fists go on our hip or on our kind of like on a hip bone where the waist is. Okay, remember it's important to keep a really good posture. A good posture and strong arms is very important for this dance. Okay, and the elbows will go a little bit forward, Diana. Very good. All right. Chin up. In Russia, they often say, when the dance is too easy, oh, it was so easy, it's just like 2 stomps and 3 claps. So I thought, since I'm teaching children who'd never done this type of dance before, this might not be a bad place to start. So let's go ahead and start there and see if we can make it a little bit harder in the next part. So when the music starts, I kind of like to say ready and we're going to stomp twice, starting with the right foot, okay? So you're going to stomp with the right foot first and then the left foot. And again, if you have those character shoes, cool, because that's going to give us the sound that we want. And if you don't have them and you're, for example, using jazz shoes, that is also okay. But be careful, you guys are wearing socks. Do not stomp your feet too hard because it's going to hurt, okay? Tomorrow you're gonna be like, oh, it hurts, okay? So if you have jazz shoes or socks, just soft, okay? Character shoes, I'm gonna be making all the noise. You don't have to stomp so hard. Okay, so ready and stomp, stomp. How do we do? Good, okay, and usually when I first start this, I have the students practice that several times. Usually by the 3rd round, they get it. Ready and, see, so easy, really quickly. All right, we have our 2 stomps. Now how about those 3 claps, huh? Let's do our 3 claps with our hands. So we will just kind of do the stomps first and then the claps. It'll look like this. Ready and stomp, stomp, ready and clap, clap, clap. Okay, let's try it again. Ready and. Very good. All right. After this, we're going to all open up our arms, kind of like towards the audience, like a big hug. The palms are facing up again, and the fingers, of course, are together. We don't have any open trees. Close those fingers, palms looking up. And right now, this part can be kind of flexible depending on what you want to do. I've done this dance for 3 years. I choreographed it for my students when we did our Nutcracker, and we're going to do a Nutcracker again. But every year I do it, we have a different number of boys and girls, and our formation might look different, but the movement is still the same. We might just decide to go in a different direction, and that can be completely up to you. But right now, since we have 3 people, we're going to switch like this. Diana and I are going to switch places, and why don't, Julian, you're just gonna kind of stay in the same place, okay? We're going to do that Russian run that we've done before in a previous dance. And all it is so our arms are open. Our feet though, our toes are going to turn in direction that we're going to. So I'm going to the left, I'll turn this way. Yes, Diana, you will turn here. Okay, and Diana, I'm gonna let you run in front of me and I'm going to run behind you, okay? This is something that you all will have to decide with the students before they start crashing into each other. Okay, so here we go. Even though our feet or our hips are kind of turning towards the direction that we're going to, our arms are still going to be and shoulders open to the audience. So it's kind of like a little twisty. It feels a little twisty, but that's okay. If you're feeling a little twisty, you're doing it right. And so we're going to go for our Russian run where we kind of do this, right? And we want our knees to bend a lot. The hips will, the heels will go almost all the way to our bottom here, okay, for both feet. And we're just going to do this 8 times. 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you okay? Okay, sneeze. It's like I can't sneeze, my arms are out. You good? Okay. All right, so let's run 8 times. Diana, do you remember when we did this, how this leg will go up first? Because that's the leg that's closer to the audience. Okay, we'll go on 1, okay? Let's try it. Just the running part. 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when we come back here, make sure you find your spot because you want to stop in the right place. I found my spot. And our hands go back on those hips with, of course, our little fists. Ready to do it again. Ready and. Ready and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready and. Ready and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready and. Ready and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's how our beginning of the dance goes. We usually start on stage and then the music will start. And then when the music starts, this part repeats 4 times. Yes, just like we did. Can we try that part with music? Okay, and that's our beginning. We've done the beginning. By now, students are smiling and laughing and they're warming up and having a little bit more fun. Usually when we first start this dance, they're hesitant at first, but they end up having a lot of fun doing this dance and lots of laughter, and I really love to see that. When we get to the second part, things get a little bit harder because we are starting to split into like our gender roles, because folk dances are pretty heavy on boys do this and girls do that. And also a lot of times their costumes will dictate what kinds of things they're able to do and what kind of kicks or steps they will be doing. So in the second part, we will start together and then we will split up and start doing 2 different things. Our first movement is actually really easy. It's called the Grapevine. I know all of the dance teachers know this dance move. It's probably very common, not just in jazz, but all across the board. But the styling of the Grapevine will look a little bit different in Russian dance, and this is what I'm going to talk about right now. So we're starting in probably still our 6th position. Our hands are still on our hips. And the first way we're going to go is to the right. Usually I have the boys and the girls practice all the same thing, and if they're quick learners, I give them opposite directions. But right now, just for the sake of practice, let's all go to the right. So how do we do it? Well, we step to the right, 1, step behind us, 2, step to the right again, 3, and then on 4, instead of bringing our feet together, we're going to do a heel, okay? Obviously, shoes are a big deal, especially if those shoes are red and they're so beautiful and nice and we're showing them off, like check it out, Yeah, nice shoes, huh? Right, so we're showing them off. But when your heel gets here, one common mistake that I noticed people trying to do the Russian dance but didn't know how to is they kind of like keep that foot there when they go to the other side. But we don't want to do that. We want to bounce that heel up and kind of prepare it to go the other way. 5, 6, 7, 8. Also, if you have this big circle dress, okay, and boys have nice comfortable pants, our kick can go a little bit higher, right, for the grapevine. So let's see if we can try this one more time. Let's go to the right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bounce it back up like boom, and let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce it back up. 5, 6, 7, 8. If you can do that, piece of cake, we got through it. Now, we can just do the feet. If you want to level it up, we can add the arms. The arms, let's practice the arms by ourselves, just the arms alone without the feet. The arms will go through the top, all the way up, like to 5th position, and they will open up either kind of side by side, or there will be a diagonal. Most of the time, it's a diagonal because you kind of, again, want to point at those cool shoes you're wearing, right? So everything kind of like goes like, here, check it out, see my shoes? Okay, so if we add it, so it will be, so go through the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go through the top again, 5, 6, those fists close back together, 7, 8, coming back to the waist. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Arms have to be really alive and strong. We cannot have this, right? So lots of energy here, kind of like whoosh, like a fountain. Boom, like eruption, right? Very strong arms is important here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we can add that to our feet. If we go to the right, we will open up our arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Point at the shoes like, here, check it out. Right here, you see them? Nice shoes, right? Okay. And then we go back to the left and we close our arms, going through the top again. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How did you do? Good. Okay, and we usually just practice that element several times. Then it's almost a natural thing. After you do a grapevine, you add a 3-step turn. So we can go ahead and apply it here, and we can do the same exact thing with the arms, but we're adding a 3-step turn. You know how that works. You step to the side, 1, 2, 3. There's your 3 steps. And then for 4, you still have your heel, right? So we're just adding that at the end of grapevine. Let's do the grapevine first, though. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And at the end, we're going to stop. We're bringing our feet together instead of here. Diana, did you turn the wrong way? Let me see you turn to the right. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the left leg, you're going to the left, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Okay? And sometimes kids get confused in this part. They just kind of go over it a few times and they quickly fix everything, all of the little boo-boos. And then we're ready to roll. But let's go ahead and practice that one more time. So real quick, we go 1, 2, 3, heel, ba, 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 ba. Turn around here, and then when we turn around going back, at the end we stop. And our feet are in 6th position, parallel, finish the movement. Yes? Okay. Hands, elbows forward, shoulders down, chin up. Second part. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Finish. Parallel. Thank you. Very good. Okay, so that is our grapevine and the 3-step turn. Now, if you're happy with how it looks, depending on the formation of your dancers or the number of your dancers, you can keep it just like that and move on to the next movement. However, I like to have the boys and girls move in opposite directions. That kind of creates another layer of interest, I guess, something interesting to look at for the audience. So if, for example, right now I would have a whole line of girls and then a line of boys behind them, we can kind of just go back and forth, right? Let's go to the right. The girls will go to the right and the boys will go to the left. Do you think you can handle that? Yes? Okay, let's give it a try. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Stop. Close that movement. Awesome job. All right, now we're going to move into our separate dance moves. What's going to happen next is we're going to switch the front line and the back line. Okay, Diana and I are going to move back. And the step that we do is 3 little steps and then a stomp. So let me show you sideways. If you're wearing jazz shoes, for example, it'll be a little bit easier to be in releve. Whenever you have already some heels on, then it's a little bit harder to even be higher, especially for kids if they're not used to wearing character shoes, but they can still releve a little bit, okay? And then we'll just kind of like walk, tippy-toe 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then for the 4th one, this foot is going to stomp, and you kind of plie for that part. You're going to kind of stay up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down. Right, that's what it looks like from the side, but of course I'm facing forward. So I'm just backing out. I will go back, tippy-toeing, back, 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 stop, back, 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 stop. Okay? And then when you practice this, you will see that the foot that you just stomped with will be the foot that you start with on the next round. So if I start on my right, I go right, left, right, stomp on left. Then the left leg needs a turn, so the left leg will start this time. Left, right, left, stomp on right. And then we'll just keep going. We'll do that 4 times. Can we try? 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3, stomp. 1, 2, 3, stomp. 1, 2, 3, stomp. 1, 2, 3, stomp. Very good, Diana. Okay, so as we're moving back, the boys should be in the windows between the girls, and they're moving forward. There's different ways that boys can move forward. If you want to keep it simple, boys could possibly do the same thing. They just can go forward. 1, 2, 3, stomp. 1, 2, 3, stomp. But the boys can make it a little bit more dramatic and just kind of add their head like, I said it, and that's how it's going to be, kind of. Just have a little bit of an attitude, right? Like a walk, 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 stomp, walk, 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 stomp. That would be like an easier version. But I always make my life harder and come up with ideas that are a little bit harder. I also like to give boys something different to do so they can feel like this is the macho movement. This is not the girly movement, right? And that kind of helps them like the dance as well. Another way that the boy can travel is 3 steps and a brush. Can we try that? I don't think you've ever tried that before. Can we try that, Julian? So step forward. 1, 2, 3, and then for the 4th one, you're gonna start kind of like with your leg in the back first, prepare, and then brush your heel forward. Yeah. 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 4 times as well. So start with your right leg. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. Okay? Let's try that again. So whenever you're making your first 3 steps, they're baby steps. They're small, okay? The brush is the big one, okay? The 4th one. So small, 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 and big brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. Did you get it? You have to also keep in mind that you're alternating them, right? One time you brush with the left, one time you brush with the right. 5, 6, 7, go. And 1, 2, 3, brush left. 1, 2, 3, brush right. 1, 2, 3, brush left. 1, 2, 3, brush right. How did you do? Good. Do you think you could do it by yourself? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, the pressure is on. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, and brush. 1, 2, 3, and brush. 1, 2, 3, and brush. Last time. Here we go. Okay, very good. Now let's see if we can do that at the same time. As we are moving back, you're moving forward. Is this where we were? Maybe like right here. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. 1, 2, 3, brush. All right, very good. You did it, Julian. So at this, we're almost done with the second part. The second part is going to end with girls doing pirouettes and boys doing the kicks, okay? So Julian is going to kind of drop to the floor, and usually I kind of like to turn my students sideways so that whenever they're doing the kicks, right, you can see the whole beauty of the movement. And several things to remember. If you, for example, have an odd number of dancers, like you have 3, okay, have them all face the same direction. And maybe the students can choose which direction to go. It doesn't matter really, as long as they think it's sideways. But if you have an even number of dancers, like 4, maybe you can have 2 facing in and then 2 facing on the other side. So, you know, I would be facing this way and Julian will be here. So let's say if I'm another boy, I would be here, right? But of course, not too close because we don't want to kick each other. So it really all is going to depend on the size of your dance floor or a stage where you're performing, okay? But yeah, we don't want to kick each other. Okay, so go ahead and put your hands behind you, Julian. Whenever you do this movement, you want to keep your hands and feet kind of closer versus being super spread out. If you're super spread out, it will be kind of like really relaxing, like you're sitting on the beach kind of chilling, but it's really difficult to keep the balance there, right? So you want to pick up those arms and bring them closer to your hips, okay? Pick up your, let me see if I can take off my shoes. I'm gonna have to take off my shoes so I can be more balanced. Pick up your hips and your feet are not going to be flat. Let's see. I'm gonna try this right here. Your feet are going to be sort of in a releve. You're gonna get your heels off the floor. Good, just like this, right? Heels off the floor. And then you will kick one leg, supposed to point your toe, right? Jump and kick the other one. And you will just keep going for, let's say 8 times. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job, Julian. Okay. I'm putting my shoes back on. Okay, so let's try this one more time. Your feet are kind of close and your hands are close to your hips. You will get your heels off the floor. Your bottom is also off the floor. You're not just sitting, and then you're ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And the way your body just kind of like bounces a little bit like a ball, that's perfect, okay? Some boys will get it right away and they will love it, and others will struggle a little bit at first because they are still trying to figure out how to balance out their body. But most of the time, they'll just go home and practice, and they show me how to do this step for the rest of the school year. Even when we're not doing this anymore, they are always so proud when they accomplish this step. So let's see if we now can do what the girls are doing. While the boys are in the front, they go down low, right? So we have a level change. Boys are on low level, girls are in the back, and we are on high level. So while we're on high level, there are several options that the girls can do. They can either just applaud for the boys. They can stand, for example, in third position and just go, yes, very good, keep going, I love it, okay? Okay, so that would be like a really easy version. Also, if girls did something really fast before that, that like gives them a chance to have a break and just focus all of the attention on what the boys are doing. But a lot of times the girls have something else to do while the boys are doing their thing. And so we're going to do some pirouettes. Now, if you've done ballet and jazz with your students before, they might know like the basic, the preparation, and then go here for a pirouette kind of thing. But for this particular dance, our preparation is going to be a little bit different. We'll stay in parallel 6 position. We are going to bring our arms up to a high V, and we'll go up in a high, like a releve. Then we will go to a low V, plie. So releve, plie. And then our arms can kind of stay out like little airplanes for a pirouette. And then depending on the level of your students, you can decide how many to do. We can either go releve, plie, pirouette, releve, plie, pirouette. Or maybe they can do more pirouettes without stopping. They can just go releve, plie, pirouette, pirouette, pirouette. That is another option. Did you just do it with me, Diana? Give me a high five. Good job. Now they've done this dance before, so they're more familiar with this dance than the previous dances. Okay, so can we do all 3 in a row? Can we try that? Okay. Releve, plie. Yeah, and so our foot is here. It could either go here, or another option is both feet can stay on the floor, but you will still have more weight on one of the feet whenever you're turning. So that's another option. It can look like this. Would you like to bring your toe up? Yeah, you like that? Okay, it looks good either way. And of course, if you have the circle skirt, it flies right now. It's really fun, but it's also important to have those shorts underneath. Okay, let's see if we can do the whole second part of the dance. Let's switch places again. Julian is in the back with the rest of the imaginary boys, and we're right here at the front. Our hands are on fists and on our waist, chin up. So 2 grapevines, 2 3-step turns, and then we switch, and then we'll do our little tricks. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's switch. Walk, walk, walk. You brush, we stomp. 2, 3, hey. 1, 2, 3, hey. Ready? Here we go. Releve, plie, pirouette, pirouette, pirouette. Did you count to 8? It should be 8. It should be 8, and then you come right back up. All right, let's see if we can do the beginning and the middle with music. All right, ready? Yeah, I know. Okay. Did you get up on time? Yeah. Did you count to 8? All right, very good. At the end, you have kind of the music repeats to what beginning was like. It's like the introduction and conclusion are the same. So you have lots of options here. You can either do something brand new and have fun with more things, like the boys can, you know, you can go into all like clapping and combinations like this, or not, right? Keep it simple. You can go back to the beginning and repeat what you did before to keep it simple. Or what I like to do is give them kind of like a little break because they just did their tricks and they're a little tired. But we never have a real break because it is a fast dance. And unfortunately, at the end, it always gets a little faster. So it kind of gets crazy. But what I like to do is do a little bit of a Russian run where everybody can make like a big circle, rotate all the way around, and come back to the original places, right? Remember how we did that? Do we go to the right or to the left? It doesn't matter, whatever you pick. You have 32 counts to do that. So, Julian, you are still in the front, right? We're in the back, like this. So, Julian, you will go to the right, and we will go to the left. Okay, the way this works, pretty simple, okay? If you're in the back, then you're doing a Russian run this way. When you get to the side, your body kind of rotates to the front. You just keep going forward. When you're here, you are going to the right side. And when you're on this side, you just kind of back it out. And that way, your face is always facing the audience. Your arms, no matter which direction you're going, are always like giving a big hug to the audience. You never turn your back, right? That's it. And 32 counts. Now this might take a little practice for kids to figure out how much to do. So you will have to have a little math lesson and say, okay, 32, let's divide it by 2, 16, right? So halfway through, where should you be? You know, a quarter times through, where should you be? Kind of things like that to help everybody figure out where they can be so that they don't rush it too fast or they don't go too slow and they come back to their original place at the right time. So let's see if we can try this. Julian, we'll pretend that we have other people here, so don't cut across, just go straight around, okay? Let's see if we can do this. 32 counts. Let's actually just walk. Let's just walk. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4. And you should be, keep moving, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, go ahead and come back to where the boys are in the front, because remember, in the end, you will still do more tricks. So I kind of like for the boys to end up in the front again, so they can show off something else, possibly another trick, or do the same trick. How do we do? 32 counts? Can we try it one more time? So Julian, just keep on going, right? Okay? Again, you might have to try it 2 or 3 times. The students will get it. Just keep the counts clear. But here we go. 5. Oh, let's actually dance this time. We'll do the Russian run like we did in the beginning of the dance. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Julian, find center. Since we have 3, that will be your spot. All right. About so. If we get there too early, I always tell the kids, don't just stand there and wait for the next part in the music. Keep on doing your step, right? And then until we finish our 32 counts. Okay? Okay, we just did our circle all the way around. And that was the break. But now is the finale, the very ending of the song. And it's time for us to split up and do different things again. In this part, since the boys are in the front again, I'd like for the boys to show off their tricks again. So there are several options. They can either go back down to the floor and do those kicks alternating feet for the end of the music, or try a different trick. Of course, I will encourage try something different to kind of keep the surprises until the very end of the song. So we're going to try the coffee grinder. Julian has not done it before, but he's working really hard. So let's see, Julian, you go ahead and squat down to the floor. The boys will need to kind of like hold on, keep their knees close together, or get one leg out. I kind of like to get the right leg out because that feels more comfortable for me. Julian seems to want to put his left leg out, and that's completely okay. Like let's say if it's a solo or several people are doing the same side, then that's good. But if you have several people do the same trick, then they all should do the same side. Like let's say if it's 3, have them do the same side. If it's 2, that would be okay if they went different ways. Yeah? But you will be doing this alone. I'm just going to help you a little bit, and then I'll put my shoe back on. So I like to do it here. Our hands are holding off to the floor. Usually they're not both at the same time on the floor because we're changing our weight. It's called the coffee grinder. Our bent leg is center, and then our straight leg is the one that moves around. You will kind of guide your leg to the front, and then little by little you will kind of step your arm over, step your other hand over, and then finally when your leg gets here, you will just have the supporting leg jump over it and then keep the leg coming around over and over again. Okay, Julian, let's see if you can give it a try. Good, and then try it again. Good. One hand at a time and then the foot. Those are the 3 little obstacles that your leg will meet on its way. And the more you practice, the more fluid it becomes and the more smooth the movement, so there's no stops in between. It just kind of keeps on going. Diana, can you try it? See, Diana, you did the same foot like me. There you go, okay? So in classroom, I have the boys and the girls try it. Everybody has fun doing this movement. But for the performance, it's going to be the boys. It's all on your shoulders, okay, Julian? Now, while he's doing his coffee grinder, he will probably do it more, not 8 times. We have, I think, 16 counts there, but we don't want to go all the way to 16. So you might do like 12 or 14, okay? And then at the very end, Julian, pick a knee that you're more comfortable with, and you're just going to like do a final pose. You're staying high on the knee, not like sitting down, right, but high up. Your leg is kind of pointed to the side and your arms are out. Here, or as another variation, you can, which is very, very Russian, right, kind of like have your heel on the ground and then the toe is up and you're again pointing to that toe. Ta-da. Here's your final pose. Use your core, use your muscles to balance yourself. Open your arms, chin up, look at the audience. All right, let's finish up that ending. We just did the circle, you did your coffee grinder, and now let's put you in the final pose just one more time. Go ahead and go down to the floor, 1 knee down, 1 leg out. Remember, you're not sitting, you're standing on your knee, very good. This toe is up, arms diagonal, your fingers are together, very good. And you're looking forward and smiling, even though I know you just danced and it's really hard to smile when you're tired, but you have to keep going. Okay, perfect. That is your final pose. Go take a little break, and I'm going to show Diana how we finish, what we do after the big circle. So let's go ahead and do our ball change, okay? If you've done ballet or jazz before with your students, then they might already know the ball change step or the ball flat, okay? Diana said she likes to turn to the right. I kind of like to turn to the left, but let's go ahead and do this on the right side. So we'll have a 3rd position, right leg in the front, left leg in the back. The forward leg is going to be the anchor of our turn. So it's going to be flat, and the back leg is going to be on the ball of your foot. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and just kind of have your students practice the little bounce, flat, ball, flat, ball, flat. Just have them practice this. It can be a little bit challenging. It looks easy, but it might be a little challenging if they tried it for the first time. Just kind of rotate it. Have them watch themselves in the mirror if they have it. Flat in the front, ball in the back. Flat, ball, flat, ball, flat. Once they start getting it, you can begin to rotate that step a little bit and then kind of get it a little faster and faster. The idea is to do one ball flat for every half a turn. So one for the front, one for the back. One for the front, one for the back. Really nothing changes except for it's just a little faster, okay? But the step is still the same. Our arms can actually stay out. This is kind of like a little airplane hands. They're going to help us with balance as well. Okay, if you have circle skirts, they will be flying at that time. It's a great idea to have some shorts underneath. And the more fabric, the better, actually, because they will help us with the balance and the flow of this movement as well. Also, when we do these turns, we can remember how to spot, right? Remember how to spot. You look at the audience as long as you can, and then you turn your head really quickly to find your spot again, okay? So let's try it. 5 and 6, 7, 8, go down. Turn and spot and spot and spot and spot and spot. We'll do that a few times. It'll be kind of fast at that point. The music is getting faster. And our very, very end, our very finale of the song is just 2 rope steps, веревочка, that we've done in the previous dance. And it's just a quick reminder, it's just like a passe, right? So you have third position. Your right leg will passe to the knee, step back. Your left leg will passe, step back. As you're doing the passes, you can add the arms. Here we go. Present the right, present the left. Arms are out. Keep them out, almost like a letter T here. Chasse forward with the clap. Chasse and final pose. Good. Okay, so right here for your balance, it's also important that you're not parallel, right? We have to have that turn out. Yes? I'm letting go. Okay, very good, just like this. So you have your front leg turned out, you have nice little tendu right here in the back. Try to keep those shoulders straight up. Arms out. Okay, here. Okay, and that's the ending for the girls. Let's see if we can put it all together for our final test. Are you ready? Can we do the whole dance? Yeah. All right, let's try, yeah. Let's try. The entire thing. All right. And remember, when you do the coffee grinder, don't get too close to the front of the stage. We don't want you to roll off. So do it right here. Okay? All right. Are we ready? Smile. Okay. Hands on your hips. Let's go. All right, and then we'll hold the pose for just a little bit. for the applause, and then boys and girls will say a proper goodbye. Boys, go ahead and just line up. Parallel, 6 feet. And then hands on the side, parallel feet. All right, and bow. Just nice and simple. They can walk away with their hands on the hips or down. And then the girls will move up. Third position. Right hand on the heart to the sky, all the way to the ground. Hands can come back on the hips, and goodbye.